Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be discussing how to still get your desire even when your vibe is off. I was sitting in my car and I was thinking about some things and I was getting a little sad, emotional. It's Christmas time and all these things go through your head. You know, at the end of the year, New Year's resolutions are coming up and I'm like, oh, but I'm okay because this is what this means. You're still going to get what you want, even if you feel at this moment off, sad, depressed. Like, think about rich people, billionaires. They're still making a ton of money and they're sad and depressed. Not all of them, but the ones that, off themselves. They are still rolling in the dough. And so they're probably mostly sad on another subject, but their underlying knowing is that the money is going to continually come in. It's just going to they just know that they don't have to worry about it. So that's an example of how to still get what you want, even if you're feeling sad about it. Now, if you're feeling sad about your specific person or a specific manifestation not coming in, as long as you know that it's going to come to you, regardless of how you're feeling about it, then you're good. Because emotions they're not permanent. They come and go, they fluctuate. You could be having a bad morning, but by the end of the day, you're all right. And you look back on it, you reflect on your day at the end of the day, and you're like, oh, all right, it wasn't that bad. Oh, and I saw this really cool thing. It said how to splice your day up into quarters. And so you're not like, if you have a bad morning, okay, that was just like the morning quarter. I'm going to do better the next quarter. Right. And so if you look at it like that, instead of like, oh, I had a bad morning, that means I'm going to have the rest of the day is going to suck. No, because you're looking at it as a whole and you're thinking that that's going to carry into the next segment. So if you think of it as quarters, like, okay, yeah, all right, whatever, I got into a car accident in the morning, but that means that something really good is going to happen to me today. Or, all right, let's just go complete opposite and switch and shift into that. And I just thought it was really a cool tip on little tip hack on how to learn how to shift and to have it become natural and habitual.
When I was working on my doctorate specifically, I had a lot of, I don't know, getting your doctorate is like hazing, basically. And it's like you're constantly submitting these parts of your dissertation or whatnot, and they always have some type of edits or something that you need to change. And then you think you're going to graduate in May, and then it's like, no, you're not going to graduate and whatnot. But I think at the end of the day, it was like I always knew I'm going to graduate, and I would be pissed. I would be pissed because it was like stuff kept getting pushed back. But it was like at the end of the day, I still knew I was going to graduate one way or another. But my vibe was off because I was pissed, So I think that's how we have to look at life with things. Everything, your desires, things, your goals, they don't always come, most of the time, they don't come in a linear path. So you might have some type of challenges, but all of those challenges might be propelling you to get to that end goal that you're trying to achieve. And those challenges, they bring about different emotions, and those emotions might not always be positive or like high vibes. Like, you're gonna have times when you don't feel good, but at the end of the day, it's like, just like I knew I'm going to graduate, I'm going to get this doctorate. Like, it didn't matter all the challenges and ups and downs I had with it, because at the end of the day, I knew that was my end goal. So I just persisted through it.
Yeah, I think some people think that that it's like an automatic switch on, like that, oh, okay, if that happened, then that means that's it. That means I'm not getting it. And the more you think about that, then you're like trying to control your thoughts at that point, and then it gets too difficult. And then you're like saying all these affirmations. And I said it again, affirmations. But so now you're saying all these affirmations and thinking, well, did I say the right one? Or did I not do it enough? I think that if you understand the difference between a vibe and your emotions, then you're going to have an easier time with getting what you want. Because my experience was recently, just the other night, was that I was sad about whatever, but being sad about the whatever didn't take me to the end of my end being like, that means I'm not getting what I want. It was like, it was so cool because it was just a thing that came in and kind of wiped it out. Like I could feel myself recognizing that I didn't do that anymore. And it was so cool because I was like, oh, okay. And now I get it. After all these years, now I finally get what that means. And that's going to happen a lot too, you guys. Like, we're always learning. We're constantly learning. I might say something today and then in a couple weeks be like, no, don't do that. So that's why you have to, again, learn how to listen to yourself, and not rely on other people for everything. But we're always constantly learning. Like you could look at us and be like, well, do you have $1 million? You seem to be some expert on this, how to get what you want. Do you have $1 million? Do you have the white picket fence? Do you have the, all the shit? Well, no, maybe I don't want that. You don't know.
Right. Everybody's
I'm cool. Right. And I'm happy. I'm cool. So you can't, again, that's where the imposter syndrome kind of comes up too. But, we're all still learning, and it's going to be a learning process for everybody, and that's fine. But yeah.
Now, taking that to dating, because I know a lot of people, they have challenges in their relationship or with someone they're trying to pursue, and their vibe might be off because maybe they got an argument, maybe that person said something or did something that they didn't like. But think about all of the people, and I'm sure that you know somebody that has gotten married, and those people have broken up once or multiple times before they got to the altar. So just because there's some type of challenge, you might not be feeling good. Think about it. If you're going to say you're pursuing someone, you want to marry this person. If you're going to marry that person, you're going to get in arguments probably when you get married. So just turn it, when you have challenges, look at it in that perspective. You're just learning how to communicate with that person. You're learning how you all interact. You all are learning how you might disagree on a topic. If you change it from that perspective to, oh, like the sky is falling, like I'm not going to get what I want, I'm not going to have what I want, you'll be able to get through that circumstance much easier. Just use it as practice.
Well, basically, y'all said it all. Like everything that I would use in a situation has already been said. But as we know, like I'm super big on affirmations. And so I just speak for myself personally whenever I am experiencing something that's giving me negative feelings, that I just kind of go straight to my affirmations. And for me, it's a big thing. Like I feel a shift when I remember who I am, remember whose I am, and that I have the same right to be happy as anybody else. So I don't find that there's anything wrong with me wanting to have what I want to have. And so once I can come to that, then it's easier for me to have these affirmations. Like, I know I don't see it right now, but it's something I want. And so why not get it? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. For me, it's remembering my power, remember the power that we have just as, well, I don't want to say the M word, manifestors, but just, you know, as creators of our reality, we have the ability to create something beautiful. So I just reassure myself that no matter what happens, it's all for my highest good, and it will be absolutely beautiful because that's what I deserve. So.
Yeah, and not to like, you don't have to, I'm not to not say the affirmations. It's just, there's so much stuff out there now, and there's so much stuff. So it's like, what, I don't know, 5-5-5 rule, 365 day, listen to subliminal meditations at night. And then you have to sit in front of a mirror in the dark at a candlelight, like just all these different things. Huh?
It sounds like witchcraft.
Like witchcraft. Mm-hmm. So there's all these things, and but what you have to find is, like Queen Renee was saying, like, you have to figure out what works for you. And if that works for her, then do that. If it doesn't work for you, then you don't have to do that. It's just, we don't want you to feel like you have to do anything. This whole deal is about ease. This whole deal is about knowing, coming back to your center, knowing who you are. You want to talk about higher self, God, universe, whatever you want to call it. It's inside. And only you know what's in your brain. Like, we can't see it. We can't change anything for you. Only you know. So when you know what that is, and we're here to help you with that. Well, once you know what that is, then you're just going to fly off like a butterfly coming out of the chrysalis and mingling with other butterflies. And did you know something about butterflies? They cannot see their wings.
No, I didn't know that.
They just know that they're beautiful. They can't even see their wings. And they're so beautiful when we look at them, right? Like when I look at them, nature. But they don't know how beautiful, I mean, they do know how beautiful they are. They just do their thing. They just fly, do their thing, and look pretty. Mm-hmm. We want you to do that. Just fly, do your thing, and look pretty, and know it. Ta-da. All right, so before we move on to the next topic, I just want you guys to remember, go on, hit that little bell button, like, and subscribe this channel. Thanks.